Hello there, this is your boy here, Harun, on the mic, your number one positivity ambassador alive. And definitely manze, ukiniona hapa, unajua I have some awesome stuff for you. Na leo niko pleased kukuwa na a guest kwa show. Unajua kila step manze, kila hatua unachukua kwa life lazima una kitu ingine different manze. Na leo niko pleased kuwa na madam hapa, madamu wa kishua, Na leo niko na light mbele na kando yangu, if you know you know. And before kwanza niwaambie nani nataka kupiga shout out kwa majamaa kadhaa hapa hivi. That is one of them being called Alex Washira, mwingine hapa anaitwa Grace Wanja, na mwingine hapa anaitwa Glow. One last one for today. Lazima nitakuwa nagotea watu once in a while, ndio hata waende wapige shughuli za kwamba nilitajwa na jamaa akona some very few views. Yes, Anthony Washira Gitahi, Kevin Carrie, BL_Kachi. Sijui anakachi nani. And then there is one last one here, Juma Jele. So ni wase wamekuwa wakifuata hii maneno pole hapa hivi, but one huge guy hapa hivi ni Anthony Washira. Yeye alinipigia ka comment pale kuniambia niendelee kusukuma na niendelee kuimprove content yangu. And for sure man, I got you. Today here I am na madamu wa kishua hapa. Smile hata ninaogopa kuangalia. Wacha niangalie tu kumbele. So today I'm pleased to have one lady who is a friend to me. Tumetoka naye mbali, tulipatana place nyingine, mtajua ni wapi. But before that, wacha aseme yeye ni nani na why she's here. Welcome to the show. What's your name?
Thank you Harun. My name is Juliet. I go by Juliet Karaoke. As you have said, we are friends, and we are friends who have been talking so much about life, and I think that's why I'm here.
Yes.
Yeah. To talk about the challenges that we have passed through as I can say as
a friendly couple.
No, not really a couple, but
I get it. Go.
I think the words have gotten lost, but as friends.
Yeah, as friends, yeah. Just our day-to-day activities.
Yes.
Yeah, and so the main thing we're here to talk about ni story ya mental health, manze. I think ni topic imeongelewa na wase sana, but somehow I tend to feel like wase hawaja get to understand mental health ni nini. What does it mean? Tunajua health cabinet secretary, lakini hatujui anafanyanga kazi gani. Unajua maybe mtu ata-assume anafaa kuwa kwa mahosi, lakini kuna so much kwa hiyo docket. My goodness, kuna so much kwa docket. Kwa hiyo docket. Wase wanafaa ajue. Na why I had this issue ya mental health issues, I remember where we met at a driving school. Atusema ni gani juu hawajalipa. So tulipata na driving school. For me, I saw a lady, nikashindwa ku hold my then were donkeys, now horses. But nikasikia tu nijue hali yake, but sikujua hali yake kwanza, nilijua namba yake kwanza juu I think we were going to do an exam.
Yes.
And I had to
I think tulikuwa tunapeana roho, tulikuwa tunapeana tunasukumana kufika hiyo exam.
But kweli mimi sikuwa nasukumana, nilikuwa nasukumana na vitu tofauti.
Is driving school hiyo test haikuwa inakusumbua.
Nilikuwa najiuliza nitapata namba ya mse wapi, kivipi? And this was the opportunity. Did you resist?
I
cannot resist. I am not the devil. You only resist the devil. So and that's how we met, and the rest is history till today. Tumekuwa na ups and downs, to be really honest, especially for her. Unajua sengine ni vizuri unahitaji mtu anakuguide manze. She has done that perfectly fine to where I am. She has been a pillar kunisaidia pia venye nafikiria. Na that's all about now mental health, you know, because mental ni hapa upstairs, no, you know.
Yes.
So na health ni kumaanisha kama hapa hivi uko poa, venye ina translate kwa vitu zako kwa life, how you perceive life, how you perceive life. And kama youths manze, tumefika place tumekuwa too much into, sijui kama ni kuwa entitled ama ni I don't know what I would call it, because ukiangalia hizi ma loyalty test things, you can tell there is a problem for both men and women. You see, when someone amekuacha, yes, si mwenda wazimu, amekuacha, amemake your decision yeye mwenyewe. So basically we are just about talking about that kwa work environment, all manner of relationships. Na sijui wewe unafikiria nini? Tuanzie na there's this thing that I thought kuna swali lilikuwa hapa hivi. Na what are the causes of mental health issues? Nini inakosigi basi wafiki kwa hiyo challenge yenyewe? Now we have to talk about it, you get, because if we were all okay, atungekuwa tunaongelea hizo issues. So I don't know, what do you think on your end inafikishaga wase hapo?
I believe mental health imeletwa na sisi kuto accept what is happening in life. You know, life is a little bit complicated. Tunasemaga it didn't come with a map. You know, you move, leo hujui kesho itakuwaje, right? So you will wake up, utajua maybe you have work, you have school, utajua tu utaenda shule, but what you meet when you're going towards there, or you are in that situation, hautajua, right? So us accepting that a situation has happened is what really matters. If right now utaenda na as you're going your way uibiwe simu, that is you didn't plan for it. So you have, ukishaibiwa sometimes you say amena simu yangu lakini bora uhai, right?
That's true.
But you do not stay in that position ya nimeibiwa sasa nitafanya nini. You have to move. If you're going to class, you have to go to class. And if you decide not to go to class, that's okay.
Life moves on, regardless.
You either decide, I go cry, pali nitaenda nilie, at least nikienda kwa watu nitakuwa sawa. Or you decide, okay, nimeibiwa, wacha tu niende shule ama niende pali nilikuwa nafaa kuenda. That is the first cause of our mental issue. I believe that is. Because I believe situations zina happening. So tuache kukaa ni kama wewe tu ndio imekuhapenia, you know. And it's not being critical ama kuto understand watu na feelings zao, hapana. It's to say that if you do not accept hii situation, utaibeba for a long time, and why carry it, and hauta sema ati it will never happen again or something else won't happen. So I think the first thing, what causes mental health, ni not accepting and not
living in denial.
Okay. Not moving past it. You know, you're being told, even I believe I've never been in addiction or anything, but we have had the 12 steps. Hiyo za AA, watu wenye wanaendaga kwa Alcoholics Anonymous and all those things. That the first step unaambiwangwa ni acceptance. Accept that you have an addiction. Accept that something will go wrong. You know, accept. When you accept that, then what do you do with the acceptance? You know, and it's not to say that things will not hurt you. You have to accept that things will hurt you, and they will hurt you in the worst way. After acceptance is to deal with it. Deal with that situation. If you need to cry. You know, people say, well, too. Yeah, crying inaosha. It like washes. It's like water and soap to the body. So crying is like water and soap to the soul. When you cry, and everyone deals with their issues differently. When you cry, kuna wengine wata decide, let me just take a walk. Whatever you need to do, I tell people, do it. You're not answerable to anyone else. It's all about you. You are feeling this thing. Do what needs to be done. And you know, sometimes utasema maybe one person hurt you and you're feeling like killing them. I don't mean that. Yeah, you know, so some things there, you have to have limits. So after accepting, deal with it how you'd like to deal with it. And if you do not know any mechanism to deal with that, to deal with things, try. Try walking, try talking to someone. Just try it. If it doesn't work, try something else. It's about finding it. And haijawekwa hapo ukaambiwa hivi ndio unafaa kudeal na issue. Ni finding your way through it. So if you don't find your way through it, then you are bottling it up and it will eat you up. Eventually it will eat you up.
Sasa ndio story ya depression inaanza kujia hapo.
Exactly. Ndio suicidal thoughts. Ndio unasikia people want to harm other people. I don't think anything is that serious mpaka unafika to the point of suicidal thoughts. Even if watu unasikia wakisema watu hawataelewa, but you haven't tried it. I might come to you, Harun, and maybe tell you, unajua nani alinifanyia hivi na hivi, and maybe it happened to you the same way. You don't know that. I do not know that about you, but you might give me advice and you're like, okay. But because I did not try it the first time, I don't know that Harun has answers. And if Harun doesn't have, you always gauge, and you don't tell just anybody. Sitapata timu tu kwa street nimwambia ati I am. It's the people you have been talking to, people you have engaged with. Even a friend of one day can be your savior, right?
Very true. It's because of that perception
exactly.
You have had.
And you just try to talk to that person. Mwambie, okay, I'm going through something and I don't know what to do about it. Even if you just tell them a sneak peek of what you're handling, maybe anaweza kuambia, by the way, I have had somebody going through that. Si wacha nikupatie number.
I think you're going back to that point, acceptance. Mpaka ukubali unapitia uchungu ndio uende kuongea.
Yes.
So,
yeah. So
it makes sense.
Yeah.
So talking to people as well after you have accepted the
yes.
fact that you're not okay.
Yes.
You now start making the next move. Sio hapo.
Sio hapo. So, I had a story, and this story was given to my mother, and it has resonated with me every step of the way. And this story goes like there was friends were coming to this guy. So they saw his dog. His dog was just lying on the compound. And it was just, how dogs, when they are hurt, there's usually that sound. So the dog was just laying there, and the people asked that guy, why are you not helping the dog? Or what is wrong with the dog? And the guy said, he went there, he was playing, and akaingiwa na mwiba. So alidungwa na mwiba. Akabeba si umsaidie. And the guy was like, no, why should I? Anafeel uchungu, kwa nini asitoke? Kwa nini asitoke? We want to stay in that position ya
sympathy, seeking sympathy.
Nimeumizwa, but hakuna mtu atakuja kukutoa. You are hurting. Everyone is hurting in their own way.
It's true.
Nobody will help you from that. Hiyo kitu ukona until you speak out, until maybe you decide, okay, I want this. Nataka usaidizi. And hata kama usaidizi, sometimes it's just human nature that tunasemaga we are not patient beings. That is so true. We are not patient beings. Tunataka vitu size. So unataka uombe usaidizi na usaidike. But sometimes it doesn't happen. It doesn't. And you have to learn, I think acceptance is the first thing. Yeah. You have to accept that not everything will move according to how you want it.
How you had planned for it
yes.
as well.
Yeah? It takes time. It will hurt as it takes time. Right now you're hurt about this, you have piled that up. Another one comes, that too hurts you. Another one comes. So, shida yako hata sio moja. Tutaanza kutatua vitu, we will start peeling the layers. So you have so many layers because of ya kunisaidia. You are now hurt about that. Haya, ukapata shida nyingine. Sikufanya. But once you decide to let go of one thing and then have the energy of dealing with another, because I find bottling up issues brings that thing of not even having the energy to deal with another.
Oh yeah, because when you're just finishing that one, you know very well you have
Exactly.
another one to deal with. The same when the
The
process
same
is too
thing.
long.
Exactly. And you know,
Yeah.
there's some issues, Harold, that people go through if you listen. You know, if unajua kuna zile story unasikianga mpaka unasema wewe hauna shida, by the way, watu wako na mashida. So
Yeah.
I find that being a little bit inanisaidia kwa sababu naona hii shida yenye nafikiria ndio the
Huge.
gravest, ndio huge sana. Kuna mtu mwingine anapitia nini na yeye bado ako na nguvu ya kusmile about it, right? Right now you are healthy. Let's just give an example. You're healthy, hauna ugonjwa yoyote yenye imekuweka kwa hospitali, right? And you can imagine a person who has cancer. Huyo mtu hana nguvu, even physical. Maybe hata pia anapitia some other mental issues. So wewe mwenye uko na nguvu ya kudeal na kitu, nguvu even physically. Yeah, even to say I will take a walk and just try to figure this thing out. Why are you not doing it? Na huyu mwenye ako very ill anafanya something about it. And it's to say, this is for people who want to do it. You know, sometimes with people, they just don't want. They want to stay in that place here, or I am not sisaidiki. And I keep saying, that's okay. Fanya kile
If it works for you.
But usikuje kucomplain.
It's true.
Don't come and complaining to others that unajua sikusaidiwa, unajua.
Yeah.
Esmanga, life is tough as it is. We don't need, I do not need friends who are sympathy seekers. If there is an issue, let us deal with the issue as is. And if we cannot fix it, we should now seek a higher, you know,
Help.
for that. It's life is, take it as it is, and it has been said so much. I don't think people
Think
understand
about
it.
You don't sit down to actually think about why did this person say take life
As it is.
Because it has a lot of things.
It has a lot
and
of
you can't
things.
evade them.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's basically, we've just talked about the general things. Now
Yes.
we're going to break them down into maybe work environment. Because pia hapo ni story tofauti. Look at this person, let me not say lady or gentleman. Look at this person who is working and there's some issues at work, or rather just work is becoming work in its own way. And also at home, the marriage is also some kind of work again. From the husband to the kids, and this person is, or these people are expected to still be okay, not really okay, but
Yeah.
find a way to maneuver that. So where do you distinguish the two? Home environment and the work environment, and how you're supposed to be healthy mentally to be in a position to actually balance the two. I don't know if you're getting that. For example, at work, umeingia job, of course somehow too, when you're in that moment, maybe job haiko mob ama iko mob, but like a stress flani job, you're supposed to do this to have achieved this. Pia home ulitoka na baggage flani, maybe your husband or your wife kuna vitu tu amekupea zenye anytime you're doing this is not working, you start relating it to ama it's because am I you get what I'm saying? So for the work environment, let me start with there. So how are you supposed to be productive at work and same time at home?
You know, there is a transition between work and home, or vice versa.
Yeah.
You might be commuting, right? You might be driving yourself, taking an Uber, taking matatu. You might be walking, whatever it is. You have a time from when you are leaving work to home to getting work. I think for me, I would say is take that time to change yourself. Unaweza toa your pajamas to work the same way. It's now telling your mind, I am now going to work. Yeah.
So it
I am
all starts in your
choosing.
mind.
Yes, I am choosing to leave this behind right now. Yeah, I am choosing.
Choice.
Yes, it's a choice. By the if you want to take it, you will take it. By the it's a choice. I am choosing to take this to now go to work and deal with it, because I cannot deal with home and
At the same
work
time.
at the same time.
Yeah.
So and those who are prayerful, they ask God for strength. God, it has been a tough day at home or at work. Give me strength now as I go to my work, that I may be present there
Productive.
and productive.
Wadau, kama umesikia hakuna venye tutatoa God kwa history.
Hakuna.
We are spiritual beings.
We are spiritual beings. And if you're not, then there is something you do. You know,
You have to.
yeah,
do something.
yeah, if you're not spiritual, then there is something that you do. There is a, you know, even the people who do not worship God worship something else.
Yeah.
There's something that you do it in order for you to know that you are leaving a certain place, you're going to another. Even this place that you're going, it's not to say that
bed of
it's a bed. It's
They
not a
actually
bed.
say it, even roses have thorns.
It does. Yeah.
As much as roses are good.
Yes. So, and once you get to work, let's say, for example, you're leaving home to work. Let's say you get to work and you get, you know, people say that, oh, I have a toxic boss, you've gotten late and he's on top, or he or she is on top of you, making it will hurt. You know, one thing I keep on saying is accept. You will never cease to have pain. Pain is life and life is pain.
Yeah, pain is bad, but sijui kama ni blame Adam.
Tutoa blame, lakini sasa kwa nini hatusaidiki? You know,
At the end of the blame game.
Blame game pia haikusaidii.
Because at the end of the day, you're not dealing with the problem.
You're not dealing with
You're just avoiding and
you're avoiding. Nita blame huyo, and you know, blame game inakuwaga mzuri sana. Because now when you shift blame, you do not have to. Responsibility sio yangu, si ni alifanya. So and people say, if you have a toxic workplace, it's either you decide to deal with it or decide to leave. There is no 3 or 4 ways about
Actually,
it.
that's living
or
staying.
staying and dealing with it. And dealing means you might choose to listen through one ear and going out the other. Oh, anapiga kelele. You mute them in your head, and then
be at peace with yourself.
You are like, okay, you talk. As long as my paycheck is there at the end of the you talk. You see. So it's either the two, and complaining, I feel like complaining never helps. You know, there is two complaints I feel. There's that complaint that we might be talking and I'm like, unajua boss wetu au ako hivi. That complaint can be you're trying to release the bad energy. The feelings inside. You're trying to talk it out with your person. But kuna ile complaint ya unajua mimi naweza toka huyo nini wetu. Okay, then what? Because then now you have put your subconscious in a state of limbo. We are living, and there's nothing as bad as that. When you're in a state of limbo where you're like, okay, nitatoka na sijisikie kufanya kazi, so you're not productive, and by the time you decide kutoka ushafutwa.
Now umeenda down sasa.
And most times wewe ulikuwa unasema utatoka ukitafuta kazi nyingine, hata hujaanza kutafuta kazi ushafutwa. Sasa ni kuanza kutafuta kazi ukiwa nyumbani without a paycheck. And we know money is the root of everything. If you don't have money, then now another issue altogether inakuja. Nitaweza aje kulipa rent? Nitaweza aje kushughulikia watoto wangu? You know. So in a workplace, I believe that if you have a toxic workplace, decide what you want, and do it. Leave when you can. Leave, stay if you want to, but also stay with being conscious that it is, you know, sometimes we forget that this place is toxic and then it blows up. Again, it is toxic. So you're conscious every time that this is a toxic place. So I have to keep my feet on the ground. I have to keep my ears on the wall, like you're listening to, you know, to things changing. So
And being okay with it.
yeah, and being that is the bottom line. Being okay with it. Don't blame anyone.
Because we really tend to do that.
Yeah,
Especially in work environments.
don't
Things
blame
are not
anyone.
working out.
Yeah, because tunambiwanga, even if I die in my position right now, somebody will replace me.
Oh, of course.
Somebody
Tomorrow.
will replace
Okay,
and
sure.
yeah, and the same thing. If I am fired, somebody will replace me, and that shouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily a bad thing, because if you look at it, if you were the employer, if roles were reversed, you know, you should think that if roles
Exactly.
were reversed, would you hire me? I am asking myself, would I hire me? You know, with what I'm doing, would I hire me as a boss? So, you know, you have to check both sides. Because if you're living with me, you'll always think that you are the best, you are everything.
And that brings that to entitlement, because when you think about me, I don't know, what do you think?
An entitled
Yeah,
person is suffering
it's
mentally.
true,
Yeah, there's
true,
something they have
true.
not accepted. There's something that they are running away from. There's something. So, entitlement, I will not touch there. You will be entitled.
Yeah,
Consequences will be there.
Of course,
Consequences are there.
Because now,
Karma is there.
is that
yeah?
really-
Is
Is
that?
there ever gone to the coast?
Yes, I have.
So that scene there,
Uh-huh.
at there, the coast, at
Uh-huh.
there,
At the beach or the sea.
yeah, the beach. So there's something you said about karma, and I was just relating it to the coast. And I realized karma, sometimes you can actually find it there. Where? Yeah.
I am not getting the. I'm not
Oh,
getting
you can actually find karma when you go to the coast, and that's the beach.
Okay.
Got it yet?
Not yet.
Oh no! So before we go to the break, guys, as I explained this one. Yeah. So the main thing.
Got it.
Yeah.
No, you cannot be like that.
And that is your boy Harun on the mic till next Friday at exactly 11:30 the AM. Tuendelee na historia ya mental health, tuone penye itatufikisha.